welcome back to part 3 of Dark Souls 3 for newcomers. And right, so we're still here at the high wall of Lothric, and what we're going to do is we're going to look for some materials first of all, see if we come across any. But we're likely going to go into our first boss fight. But before that, or rather second boss fight, because the tutorial boss is the first one. But we're going to go and rescue somebody that will come back to the Firelink Shrine with us. Now bear in mind, the people that you rescue or meet are not immediately obvious. You have to either stumble across them by chance, or you have to go looking for them. So you might want to invest in the use of a guide. You don't need to buy them. There are very helpful forums and guides on the internet. I use a website called GameFAQs, as in FAQS. They cover every single console platform and PC, and they have forums where you can ask a question or get some help, and vice versa. People will ask a question that perhaps you'll be able to help with, and it's my go-to place. And I've got so much help when it came to games like Dark Souls or Bloodborne, where I didn't have a clue. The people on there are very helpful indeed, and they'll go out of their way to actually help you on your journey through the Dark Souls universe, as they did me with Bloodborne. So, first of all, what we're going to do is, now I'm going to point out one particular enemy here. You see where the worshippers are? There's one guy who's going to stand up. Him. There you go, you've got to hit him immediately. And the reason why is because he'll transform into this huge monster who's I think he looks like part of his body's a huge massive claw coloured in black tar, and he does a hell of a lot of damage. He drops an ember or so when you beat him, which is useful, but early on he's not advisable to go near, because if you're a new player he will get you. Even veterans, some veterans actually struggle with those people. Now, I forgot what they're called. They have a certain name. As usual, I'm going to get rid of the worshippers. Oh, that's not a worship, it's a statue. Right. So, like I mentioned earlier on, every single area that you see here you can actually go to. You will eventually get to visit, so you can roam all these areas. I'm sure I did mention it in a previous video. The Dark Souls games are not open world. They give you the illusion that they are, because you can explore so many different areas off the beaten path. It is an immense world, nevertheless, despite the fact that it's not open world. But it certainly feels like it is, because there's so many places you can go and see. Keep your shield up here. Get the fire bombs. Now, in order to rescue a certain person hidden somewhere in this level, we have to go get something. We need a key. Oh, I'm saying on some materials here. Let's get level us up. Undead Hunter Charm. Remember I told you about the Mimic? The Undead Hunter Charm will help you with the Mimic. I'll show you why when we next reach one, a little further on. And here's a Titanite shard. So I have the right amount of shards to level up my weapon to a +1 to make it a bit stronger, and we'll do that. Get some souls. This guy is dangerous. He's got a huge tower shield. If you get too close to him, he'll bash you with it. So the knights are not to be underestimated early game. As you see, I don't have enough stamina to withstand his hard shot. So he'll stagger me with his shield, and if he manages to get another hard hit in, that's me gone. So that's why I always think it's important that you should level up your health bar to start with. Get it up to between 25 and 30, and you'll be fine. You'll have just enough to withstand hard shots to get out of trouble. Now, the broadsword is a weapon I like, so what we're going to do, we're going to get rid of the longsword. Now, as you can see, if you look to the right, the longsword has some stats. Where it says physical, it does 110 plus 14 damage. Okay, so we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to select the broadsword, which does 117 plus 15. It's in red, which is a minus, but nevertheless, the broadsword is more powerful than the longsword. So switch to that, and then start to level up your broadsword. I mean, you can use the longsword if you want to. I think for the first half or 3/4 of the game, a good powered up or infused longsword will serve you very well. So we have a shield here. So you check stats on your weapons. So this is the sword I've got, the one with the red dot near it means it's equipped. So the one I've just picked up is not worth having because the writing is in red, which means it's less than what you've got. So if you switch to this one and highlight the one I already had equipped, you'll see that the writing is in blue, which means the stats are greater. The numbers are actually greater, which means it's better. So you can keep that in your inventory and you can sell it. That's another good way to make souls, is to actually sell some of the items that you find if you don't need them. Now this is a little bit tricky, so what we'll do is we're going to assign some bombs to my inventory, and we're going to throw them at people. I make it sound so appetizing, don't I? Those barrels are explosive barrels, so what I would do is try and wait till the enemies get near the barrels, unless of course they see you, like this bloody dog. Right, you've aggroed him now, so, well, I have, so I'm going to have to face the consequences. They're dangerous, these people. So get behind them and do a backstab. You make short work of them if you know how to do a backstab. Watch this. There you go. Exploding barrels have taken practically all his health. Cell key. Now you need that to unlock a cell where our friend is imprisoned. You're a dirty sod. See how much health he's taken off me with that swing. So the idea, always get behind your enemies and try and do a backstab. It's far more powerful. Now there's another shard in here, which we can get. No, it isn't. Bloody hell, is it? Oh, it's in here. Oh, I must have got it already. Oh, it's here. There you go. So, now you can either go here. Now this will cut out a bit of the level, but you don't really want to do that, because down below there's a huge enemy that will kill you in one hit at this stage in the game anyway. He's very dangerous. He's a winged knight. He's got a huge what's that called, a halberd? If he swings that, you're stuffed. And he also does a spinning swing, which unless you've got lots of stamina to block every hit, you won't stand a chance. There are 2 embers down there which are very useful to have, but we'll leave that for now. There's also another weapon So what we're going to do is we're going to go back. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use a little item I have in my inventory. This thing here. Homeward Bone. Now this will take you back either to the Firelink Shrine or to the last bonfire rested at. So we'll go to the last bonfire rested at. Because near there is where we're going to find our friend and we're going to rescue him. And he will give us our first mission or request for help. So we're going to jump down here, get rid of him. Oh, get out of here, cheeky sod. Now there's a dangerous enemy over there. He's one of those big axe wielding mad people. Get behind him. Do a backstab. We're going to go down here, shield up, pick up these throwing knives. You might find them useful. Now he threw an exploding fire urn at me, so that'll do damage. Now you can either choose to take this mail breaker. It's not really that useful, so don't bother leveling that one up. Stick to your swords. And here we have the cell, where we have our young friend.
Ah, you're no jailer, are you? No, you're from far away. And judging by the bell, you
We're going to
not
skip this dialogue. But essentially,
very well.
grant request. What he's asking you to do is to find a friend of his called Loretta. She lives in a place called the Undead Settlement, which we'll go to a little bit further on in further videos. And you have to find her. What he doesn't know is that she's already dead, so you won't find Loretta, but you'll find Loretta's bone, which you can either give to Grey Rat, which is the name of the guy we just rescued, or withhold it from him and don't give it to him, and he'll be none the wiser. But if you do, he'll go silent for a very short while, but then he'll sort of come to and he'll thank you for helping, and he'll let you keep the ring that he gave you, which you were supposed to give to Loretta, but he said you can keep the ring as a token. Anyway, in the next video we'll be looking at boss fight number 2, the Watchdog of the Boreal Valley. Stay tuned.